What is going on? What is going on? We are back. And we are back in black in the building at the Victor motherfucking mic. Shout out to everybody out there that's at the Core Plantation right now as we speak. Shout out to everybody out there that's handling business, doing what they need to do to survive. Man, it's been a crazy day, but not too crazy. Not for a nigga to get his shit together. So shout out to everybody out there that's handling business and doing what the fuck they need to do to survive. You know me, I'm hood. I'm on my motherfucking phone, making sure ain't no bullshit going on. But shout out to everybody out there that is trying to make a way out of no way. Isn't that what they say? Shout out to everybody out there that's praising Cesare Borgia. Because I know some people out there right now praising him. Jesus getting us ready for that great day. That's bullshit. And the only thing that's great is we ain't out here. Some of us are making it home without getting killed with impunity. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to everybody on their health mix right now. I am drinking Mullen and sea moss tea. I just took a big scoop of sea moss, threw it in the fucking hot water, let it dissolve, and drink the Mullen tea. Mullen is very good for the chest and area cavity, so don't get on your health kick, man. Don't be out there bullshitting. This is chemtrails and shit they put in this fucking air. This shit ain't no joke, man. I never seen so many people sick in my life. And if you want to go get vaxxed, go get vaxxed. That's not my problem. If that's what you want to do. We got a whole bunch of shit to discuss. Shout out to everybody out there. Man, shout out to all my people at the Court Plantation right now. If you off, man, enjoy your time. Enjoy your day. Don't be trying to get to the Court Plantation early. You know, some people be like, I can't wait to get to work. Not me. Not me at all. So, shout out to everybody out there. We got a lot to discuss. We're going to talk about Matt Gaetz. I did a podcast about him a couple of weeks ago. All of his friends are pleading guilty to sex trafficking, fucking minors and shit. But R. Kelly is in jail, so we're going to get into that. Bill Cosby's still in jail. And then we're going to talk about Caleb Kennedy, American Idol. See, that's what y'all get watching that bullshit. See, they'll vet out a nigga. Look, they will go and dig up Kevin Hart's tweets from 15 years ago. And this man done been on American Idol, been on there, and all of a sudden y'all done found the shit. No, somebody sent that shit in and said, you know who you got up there singing, right? That's what happened. We're going to also talk about our topic today, the new Central Park Karen. And we're going to get into it. And the reason why I want to talk about that, especially today, is because I think it is very important and also imperative that we understand that these immigrants and people that are not originally from this country, they take pride and pleasure in going off on you, treating you like shit, and letting you know that you are the bottom of the barrel if you are a foundational black American in their eyes. So we're going to talk about that shit too. And we're going to also talk about how it relates to the Court Plantation. You know I'm always related back to that. All right, let's get into it. Hey. Man. First on the agenda. First thing on the agenda is this. Man, did y'all... Matt Gaetz, he's a Republican, right? And he's a congressman or representative? Matt Gaetz, all his friends are pleading guilty. And I mean pleading guilty, I mean guilty, nigga. They pleading guilty. And what's so funny is that man, just like how the dominant society does it, they will be on code to the end. I've seen them at the Court Plantation time. They can be the biggest fuck up. I mean, just every decision that they made. I'll tell you like this, just because you're good at clerical shit or you're good at Microsoft Excel or whatever those programs are, doesn't mean that you're good with people and doesn't mean that you don't have ill will and ill intent at that corporate plantation that you're working at, especially if you're part of the dominant white society. Because, you know, to me, the dominant white society wants you to, I do what you need me to do. What you need me to do? I play dumb. They don't want you reading. They don't want you writing. They don't want you doing shit, thinking outside the box. They want you to be a dumb motherfucker like them, like the majority of them are. And don't even read about history. Oh my God, they can't stand that. That's the worst to them. That is the worst. Here, let me see. Yeah, let's get on. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely want to talk about that. And the reason why I want to talk about that shit is because I think it's very crazy that they will do more than enough vetting when it comes to the black folk, but when it comes to every other race, just like that other, I forgot the other white country singer who got into it with some black people, like, I'll fuck you up, you fucking nigger, or some shit like that. And then he's gonna talk about I need to reflect, and then he hanging out with another white supremacist. Stop. Then why did you even see? To me, why? If you are white in America, why even apologize? Just keep doing what you're doing. There's no need to apologize. Why, Warren? Because you're going to get whatever you want to get anyway. You part of this system. So what you apologizing for? You're apologizing, to me, is just a formality. You don't really care about it no way. It's just people, especially black folk, they feel like they're owed. You don't owe me no apology. You owe me money. I don't care about no fucking apology. That's symbolism. Give me my reparations and shit that is owed to me. That's what is owed to me. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn apology. That's the problem. Niggas always, man, well, at least they apologize. I don't give a fuck about a nigga apologizing. How the fuck is that helping me? Then they up there talking about the Israel crisis. That ain't got shit to do with the foundational black Americans. So y'all can kiss my ass with that bullshit. I don't care nothing about that shit. Motherfucker wants you to be all worried about some motherfucking crisis in Israel. That's not my problem. My problem is the crisis in the United States of America Incorporated and foundational black Americans and the money that you owe us and how you walk around here playing benign neglect. You and all your other co-conspirators and corporates who walk around here and smile with black folk and get a coon to flip on a nigga every now and then they point that coon out like, see, all black people don't be like that. Let me tell you something right now. If you are foundational black American in the United States of America Incorporated, most of the dominant white society, they only want you around if you're gonna make them feel comfortable. If you don't make them feel comfortable, they don't want you around. But the thing that I'm gonna question y'all is, have we been the most violent people in the United States of America Incorporated? Did we Jim Crow anybody? Redline anybody? Gentrify anybody? Lynch anybody? Castrate? Were we castrating people on this in this good but wickedly brilliant United States of America Incorporated? No. Was we hanging up dominant society people by trees and castrating them? Was we cutting out babies out of black women's wombs and stomachs, letting them fall to the ground? And doing public hangings? And letting everybody do, or trading skulls like Nat Turner's like they were trading cards? Did we do that? I'm talking about in this United States of America Incorporated. Okay then. So then how the hell we gonna be the most violent people? They just want to give you that because they feel like you're gonna go with whatever they say. Because most people be like, oh well, they said it, so you know what I'm saying, you know, they apologize, so we gotta go with it. No, we don't gotta go with it. And that's the thing that, you know, that kind of trips me out too, because it's like, damn, man, you know, when are we going to wake up? And the reason why I say when are we going to wake up is because we got so much in-house fighting. Niggas, everybody want to be the boss. Stop trying to be the boss and play your role. You like, what you mean play your role? Man, I play my role. Play your role. I don't have to be in charge. I have to be in front. I'll be in the background. I don't give a fuck about no front. I like to be in the background, fade to the black, like the Jay-Z album. I used to say that shit when I used to work at Doolittle Community Center. There used to be a girl at the front desk. She used to be dying laughing. I used to be dipping on their asses. Oh, it's 8:30? Nigga, I got to go to the Best Buy and go get the new Whoop Whoop CD that come out. Oh, then I want to go to Tower Records. Fade to the black. Niggas don't even know I'm gone. That's how you know what I'm saying? I don't got time to be sitting up here making myself known and then fighting my brother and sister. I just won't deal with you. Like I said before, that's why the dominant white society and every other racial group takes pride. They take pride in treating us fucked up because they sit up there and watch how black folk treat black folk. So that's why it is our duty as black folk, foundational black Americans, to not only be on code, but put that pettiness to the side. If you can't handle it behind closed doors, if you got a beef with somebody that's doing better than you, if you can't handle it behind closed doors, to me, you look like a hater. If you don't do it correctly. There's ways to do it if you got issues with another black person, but you calling them out publicly and doing all that bullshit, that shit don't mean nothing. Because all white folk get a chance to do is, let me tell you what they go do. They go get some kettle corn, put a little bit extra butter on it. They go get them some jujubes and whatever the fuck they else, and Sour Patch Kids and all this other shit, and they sit back and watch and enjoy the show while you put on the show for them. Because that's all they gonna do anyway. So we have to be, I wouldn't say not just mindful, I think we have to be aware of our surroundings and aware of who's watching and who's taking pride and inventory, in my personal opinion, and being entertained by our struggle. Because most people that are a part of the dominant society or most other racial groups, they like black folks struggling. It makes them feel good. That's why I didn't like Donald Trump. Donald Trump was calling everybody out. He wasn't just calling out black folks. They want a president that's either going to practice benign neglect, act like niggas don't exist, or be basically talking shit about black folk. That's what they want. And since Donald Trump wasn't just nigga every chance he get, that's why everybody was mad. I don't care what y'all say. I'm not a Donald Trump fan. I didn't vote for Donald Trump. But if you look at how he governed, it wasn't just no, oh, well, they're black people, fuck them, they're niggers. No, that motherfucker was like, nah, I don't fuck with y'all, and I don't fuck with y'all, and we gonna build a wall and fuck all y'all. And that's why everybody, we got to get Trump out. And then everybody came together like Voltron, thinking that everybody on the same team. This ain't no fucking Power Rangers. These people are not your friends. That's why, first of all, anybody's watching American Idol, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. American Idol is meant for white people. Fantasia and Jennifer Hudson were phenomenal. They couldn't be denied with their talents. But everybody else, where's Ruben Studdard? Where's everybody? Man, please. What's that one black dude that was on there? I think he's a melanated brother or mulatto brother. He was fucking Paula Abdul, and they came out. That nigga's doing Pepsi commercials. No, he's doing Dr. Pepper commercials and shit. No diss, but that dude was probably talented. But you know what? Nigga, you can't be fucking the motherfucking judge. You black. But that's how it go. Because we think we sometimes we think we're the exception to the rule. Oh, they'll let us slide. I know how to that bullshit. Nah, they be looking at your ass too, nigga. Gotta wake up, man. And then they got this dude, Caleb Kennedy, on there, basically a video service of his ass on some KKK shit. And now he up here trying to act like he don't know what the fuck is going on. And I think that's funny. You know what I'm saying? I think that's super funny. And the reason why I think that's funny is because that's what they get. This doesn't surprise me at all. Like people coming out wearing blackface. When I did the podcast before, them kids that was doing blackface, you couldn't even find their name. You couldn't find them, period. They scrubbed them off the internet. Just like they do the race soldiers. When it's a white person committing a crime, they will scrub them from the internet before they release the name. So you can't really find nothing unless they want to sacrifice somebody. But the majority of the time, that's what they do. That's why I be laughing, man. Which brings me to Matt Gaetz. Look at Matt Gaetz, man. All his friends talking about guilty, nigga. We did it. They got emails, cryptic emails, all this bullshit. You know. Now, you, Matt Gaetz, you got a lot of money, right? But you still fucking kids. So why would we allow Tarana Burke, aka KRS-One, and King Koopa from Super Mario Brothers, with a little bit of alligator skin? Why would we allow her to do that to R. Kelly? Did y'all see how that lady looked? When I saw how she looked, I said, oh, no wonder they allow her to do that. Look at how she looked. Then you bringing up all this other shit? I'm going to keep talking about that. If you didn't see nobody else's family say anything, then why the fuck would you be saying anything? And who gave her that right to do that? Who gave her that right to do that? And who co-signed that shit? That's what I'm saying. Who was the co-signer of that bullshit? To be like, oh, okay, yeah, man, we gonna green like that shit. We gonna allow them to talk shit about R. Kelly. She bringing on all kinds of people. And I'm just looking at all these people like, what are y'all doing? You know what? That's what I didn't like. Why you didn't like it, Warren? Because Matt Gaetz out here, him and his buddy, and all the other rest of his buddy out there fucking hoes. Just like Bill Gates. What did I tell y'all before? I said now that they getting divorced, now it's going to be a whole bunch of shit that come out about him. Yeah, Bill Gates was linked to Jeffrey Epstein. He was out there hanging out with him too. That's why the Jeffrey Epstein is gone. I'm not saying he's dead, but he's gone. You know why? Because he had too much info on too many people. Now, let me break this down to y'all before we get to the next thing. You can't be, as a prominent black person, be even seen in a picture with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and they will tar and feather you and maim you and publicly humiliate you and break your bank in public. But Bill Clinton is on a picture getting a massage from one of Jeffrey Epstein's underage women. So why did anything happen to Bill Clinton? Because he's white. That's why. But people don't even put the two. Where's Harvey Weinstein? Why is he not in prison? They got him on tape straight just trying to steal pussy. Just goddamn. No, he wasn't still. He was just trying to Debo the pussy. Like nothing. Talking about, oh, I got COVID. I need a walker. Nigga, you didn't need no walker when you was trying to fuck. You was trying to straight rap hey. Fuck out of here, nigga. That's what I'm saying, man. This shit is all one-sided. That's why you have to look at these things and you gotta be like, wow. Which should make you want to read Black Labor, White Wealth and all these, these books. It's like, why would you say that, Warren? Because, man, those are the things that you need to know to survive, man. To know what's going on. Now, look, I'm about to play this audio of this lady in Central Park. And I want you to pay attention to her dictation, basically her language skills and how she speaks. She's definitely ESL. English is second language. No doubt, probably an immigrant. But I just want you to pay attention to how she was and how she was speaking. So I'm going to play this audio. And I just want y'all to hear this shit, man, because it's going to blow your mind. Because it blew mine. I was rolling.
a black video blogger is speaking out after she and her friend were accused of stealing a cell phone charger that fell from her friend's pocket while riding a bike through Central Park, and it was captured on video. Here's a short clip.
Mom, they don't let me. There are two girls and they're surrounding me and they're threatening me that they're gonna beat me or something.
Don't do that.
You see what she said? Let me rewind it. Now, it was two sisters jogging in the park. Now, I don't even know why black people, after the Central Park 5, why would you even want to go back there? That's crazy. But I guess people go there, you know, especially black folk. I guess we think that this ain't a racist country or some shit. Because, you know, first of all, those brothers that was Central Park 5, they only got like $1 million, $5 million, $6 million. They didn't get no real money anyway. Not no money to be in no prison for no 13 years. But I wouldn't go there. That's just me. But I want you to listen to what she's saying, because you can't really hear what she's saying, because definitely she's an immigrant. And the first thing I would have asked her was, do you have your green card, or do I need to call INS? Do I need to call the migra? Do I need to call them on you? Because I can't even understand what you said. And I would have wished somebody had been like, oh, that's racist. No, I can't be racist. See, that's why you got to know your history, and that's why you have to be armed with education. And I'm not talking about the shit that they gave you. You got to be armed with the real shit. Because I be waiting for a motherfucker to be like, that's racist. No, it's not. Black people can't be racist. Racism is about power, and we have none.
And they're surrounding me and they're threatening me that they're gonna beat me or something.
See? Now, they confronted her about their cell phone, because they like, hey, that's my charger. And she's like, no, it's not. So she didn't want to give it back. So basically, she picked up the phone, called the police, was like, they're threatening me. They're going to beat me. That's what she's saying.
Here's a short clip.
Mom, they don't let me. There are two girls and they're surrounding me and they're threatening me that they're gonna beat me or something.
Don't do that.
Or something. You're lying. You're lying.
See? And they're like, you lying. And I'd have been like, oh, we going to beat you? And see, they handle it well. Me, I'm not good in those situations. I'd have been like, okay, well, before the police come out, I would have been like, well, can you tell the police to send immigration out here? Because I can't understand a word this lady is saying. They'd have been mad at me. Oh, well. Oh, well.
That's on 170 something. That's in front of the queue of the information.
Are you racist
They don't
or
let me to
something?
go. Yes, I am.
See? And yes, thank you. See? That's what, in my opinion, a lot of black folk, they can't take. They can't take that. They can't take when a person's like, yeah, I'm racist. And what you gonna do about it? No, we want subtlety racism. We want behind the door racism. We want covert racism. It makes us feel better at night that we think that the white person that we're friends with, or we go to the gym with, or anything like that, we want to feel better about the dominant white society and every other racial group, as long as they don't tell us. But then when they tell us straight up to our face, oh, we so hurt. That doesn't surprise me. You know why it doesn't surprise me? Because they've been feeling that way for years. That's why they all come over here and they get grants and loans and perks to start businesses. And then they call themselves looking at niggas all crazy. And I'm quick. Even my mom used to say that shit. She used to be like, no, motherfucker, we was already here. Y'all niggas need to go back to where the fuck y'all came from. And I didn't get that as a kid, but as I got older, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Like, nah, nigga, don't try to play. We built this motherfucking country. That was free labor for 400. What the fuck is you talking about? 300 years, that was free labor. They didn't build no country. And then that's why they want all these immigrants and everybody else to come over here so they can practice benign neglect when it comes to black folk. And that's what y'all get for talking about AKA with Kamala Harris. And that lady, what did she do? She flip mode is the squad when she got in office. I don't see no racism in this country. Like it's like the shit don't even exist. That's what y'all get.
My race, any race. What's your
And the woman you saw there on your screen, social media has dubbed that unidentified woman the new Central Park Karen after she was filmed apparently on the phone with 911 saying that two black women were threatening to assault her.
See, and that should be a crime. Because you know what? You can get people killed for that. But you know what? They ain't gonna never change that to no crime. You know why? Because that would be too much like right and too much benefiting foundational black Americans. They don't want to benefit us. So now that you heard her side, I'm about to play the side of the sister that was arguing with the white supremacists.
Let me ask you a question.
You know, because I think it's not funny, but it is funny because it's like, why would you not think that this is gonna happen? Straight up. Here we go.
Where the use of cell phone video captured an all too familiar scene.
Mom, they don't let me. There are two girls and they're surrounding me and they're threatening me that they're gonna beat me or something.
Don't do that.
Or something.
And I mean, she can't even speak. Boy, they was nice, cause they would have been pissed off at me, cause I'd have been like, nah, fuck that. You can't even speak English, for real.
I think that's on 170 something. That's in front of the queue of the information.
Are you racist
They don't
or
let me to
something?
go. Yes, I am. I prefer my race to any race. What's your problem?
Social media has dubbed an unidentified woman the new Central Park Karen after she
Wow.
was filmed apparently on the phone to 911 lying that two black women were threatening to assault her. It all started when Alana Lambert and her friend were out vlogging in Central Park. In a YouTube video, Lambert says her portable charger fell from her friend's bike and the woman picked it up and wouldn't give it back until they proved it was theirs.
Now, wasn't it a lady just in a hotel somewhere fucking with a jazz musician's son talking about, no, I'm not letting you go until you show me your phone? I would have been like, bitch, you ain't the motherfucking police. I'm not listening to you. But I get it. He tried to keep his composure. And then that dude that defied, I'd been like, look, you better get out of my son's way right now. Because if he has to defend himself, that's going to be on you. Straight up. Then the bitch would have went into victim mode. And that's exactly what they do. That's why when you have these court plantations, they're more of email thugs to me, but they more cowards, because then when you see them outside of work, they run and hide. They like turtles. They go in their shell. They don't want to come out. Because I'm telling you, all the court plantations I worked at, you don't never really see them nowhere. They stay close themselves because they be afraid, because they know how they treat black folk at the job. That's why they stay. That's why they're hermit crabs. They're recluses. They don't really come out like that. I very seldom, like I said, ran into, and when I do, when I used to be hanging out at the Santa Fe, get the fuck away from me, my nigga. I don't fuck with you like that. And then the motherfucker be looking at me crazy. Nah, man, I don't do the smiling thing. If I don't fuck with you at the fucking court plantation, why would you think I would fuck with you? Man, I don't do that type of shit. Man, get the fuck away from me. For real.
The exchange went on for several minutes, after which it appears the woman calls 911, claiming Alana and her friend were touching, threatening, and beating her. Vlogger and model Alana Lambert joins me tonight to share more about that experience. Alana, thanks so much for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
So you're out vlogging, minding your business, and this happens. What was your initial reaction when this woman allegedly called the police?
Well, initially I didn't see her do it. I actually was a little bit behind my friend who had my charger and was biking. So my friend just called me over and was like, this lady has your charger and she won't give it back. And I didn't think it was that serious at first. I was like, okay, we'll just ask for it back, you know? And so I asked for it back, and that's when she asked for it.
So basically, the white supremacist is a thief too. You see how emboldened they are to do shit like that? Now imagine if she would have came across her own sister and that sister would have slapped the shit out of her. That bitch would have went into victim mode. She'd have called the police. She would have done that. But you know what? Let me tell you something. You gonna fuck with the wrong one playing them games like that. See, they know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. You gonna fuck with the wrong one. And see, when you dealing with gentrification, you're getting a whole melting pot of people, because now you got people that's always lived in that hood, and then you got all these wealthy aristocratic type people that moved into the hood. Now they want to move back to the hood because they don't want to live in the burbs no more. So they want to move back to the hood. So now they done raise up the price of everything. It's a Whole Foods and the Trader Joe's on every corner. I know how they fucking do when they gentrify shit, and they turn raggedy ass apartments into condominiums. And then they make all these high rises and shit. So now you living in an apartment, or you live in an apartment, and you've been living there your whole life, your whole family. And then next door to your apartments across the street, they building $100 billion condo high rises and shit that you got that they going for $1 million and up. You know what I'm saying? And then you like, damn. And so now you running into people like that, and that's why it is the way it is. But what I find interesting is they'll gentrify on their accord. You can't go moving where they live, though. They don't want no niggas living, when it was cool to live in the suburbs and have the nice house and not live in the inner city. it was like, nah, nigga, you better not come over here. We call the police every chance we gonna run you out of here. Now they like, no, I don't want to live in the suburbs anymore. That's too far of a travel. I'd rather live in the inner city. So then they raise the prices and get niggas the fuck up out of there. And then when they're tired of living in the inner city, then they move back to the suburbs. This shit is crazy. It's always on their accord about everything. That's why when a person can tell you, oh, you racist, no, you say, bro, black people cannot be racist. Racism is about the competition of resources. You use those resources to control, manipulate, and oppress another racial group. We don't own any resources. We don't own no ships, no cakes, no pies, no boats, nothing. We don't own anything. Not the money, not the infrastructure, none of that. Agriculture, none of that. That all is in the hands of the white dominant society. So how the fuck can you be racist? See, they motherfuckers think name calling is racist. Oh, you racist because you call a name. Nigga, everybody call each other names. But when white folks say it, especially about black folk, it means something when you know the history of this country and slavery. Oh, my bad, I forgot. They don't talk about that in high school. They talk about Thomas Jefferson and George Washington and them moist-ass wigs they was wearing and how they was dressing, looking like motherfucking women. And castrating men and keeping the body parts and shit. Just, man, go read Medical Apartheid. Some of the shit that I've read, I'm like, God damn, what the fuck is really going on?
To prove that it was our charger, though she saw her drop the charger and she just lunged for it.
So strange, I swear. Okay, so in the video, you asked the woman if she was racist, and she confidently replies yes. In your mind, did you think that this incident was going to turn into something similar to the 2020 incident where Amy Cooper called the police on the black bird watcher?
Yeah, it caught me a little off guard. As you can tell in the video, I kind of paused after she said that. I wasn't really expecting her to say, yes, I am racist.
See, because we are expecting for the dominant society to lie to our face, but that's not how it works. That's not how it works, man. They're not gonna lie to your face. A lot of they have been emboldened to be like, yeah, I'm racist. What you gonna do about it? The only place they gonna lie is at the corporate plantation. That's it. That's the only place they gonna lie and act like they not racist. But they the most biggest racist motherfuckers you gonna ever meet. And when they get behind closed doors, they are more cowardly than a motherfucking cat surrounded by Rottweilers. They're cowardly people that I don't fuck with. That's why you got to keep your circle tight. Don't be trying to run up behind them and try to be like them. Don't set your expectations at what they give you. They like that shit because they know you're in a rat race.
It kind of did reflect onto the Amy Cooper situation. I mean, I don't think Amy Cooper actually admitted to being racist in it. I don't remember watching the video entirely, but yeah, it really caught me off guard.
So when she refused to, at what point did you actually start recording?
I was actually vlogging my entire day that day. I was just going to do a vlog of me riding a bike at Central Park, and then that happened, so the camera was just still kind of already in the camera roll. So I just started recording. I was like, this is kind of nuts. This lady's asking for us to prove that this is my charger, and she's telling everybody that we're trying to kill her and beat her. It's just, yeah, so I just started recording the entire incident, and it seemed like she didn't really care.
So when she was claiming that you two were threatening her and beating her, what was going through your mind at the time? I mean, luckily your phone was still rolling. I mean, I'd want to ask, if it wasn't, at what point during this encounter would you have turned your phone on?
At what point? I'm sorry, went down.
No.
At what point, if your phone wasn't recording already, at what point in the interaction would you have felt the need to turn the camera on?
Oh, immediately when she said we're trying to beat her. I mean, that's a very serious accusation to claim on us, especially considering the fact that some people are very successful at telling the cops that, and the cops believe them on their behalf.
Well, the cops are going to believe them anyway because they're white. That's one. And two, I have the protection because I have the complexion. That's why I get the affection, which means this. I'm white. They're white. It doesn't matter if I'm an immigrant. I'm still on code with my whiteness, and I know all I got to do is call the police, and they'll come and kill and fuck you up. And that's just the way it goes, and it's not going to change. That's just the way it is. It's not going to change. Things are never going to be what we want it to be. No, it's going to be how they want it to be. I ain't going to play the whole thing, man, but I just wanted y'all to hear a lot of that shit because, man, I think it's funny. The reason why I think it's funny, man, is because, like, when she was like, are you racist or something? Yeah, I am. That's what y'all get, though, because y'all should have been like, see, me, I had some quick ones. For real. I have some quick, and I don't give a fuck because I don't care. Look, this is the reason why. I'm not going to go around explaining to people what racism is. You want to know what racism is? Go read books. You can bring your perspective all day, and I can bring my perspective all day. But I know what I suffer and what my people suffer, and I know what other people's don't. That's why I'm tired of the Asian hate bullshit. I'm tired of every other racial group trying to get in where they fit in and make it seem like it's about them and woe is them. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired. Who was it in basketball talking about he was getting a lot of Asian hate? I think it was Jeremy Lin. It was somebody else too talking about he was getting a lot of Asian hate. I'm like, man, y'all niggas need to stop that shit, man. For real. Stop co-signing anything somebody tell you to co-sign. Sometimes it's just cool to just fall back and don't say nothing and see where it go. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you co-sign shit and the shit go belly up and you feel dumb co-signing it. So a lot of the times now I just kind of sit back. But I'll tell you this. Why are they not speaking about Matt Gaetz? They talk about Matt Gaetz' friends and colleagues, but they ain't said shit about that white man. But R. Kelly's in jail and Bill Cosby's in jail, and I'm going to keep talking about that. Yeah, I watched that Me Too shit, and I was just like, man, the whole time I was just thinking, like, it was sad, because I was just like, the majority of those people that was in that shit were people that wanted to be in the limelight. Look at me, look at me. I felt like those were private moments that y'all didn't have no problems keeping behind closed doors as long as y'all was making money with R. Kelly. And then when nobody could make money with him no more, everybody want to diss themselves, act like they didn't do no music with him. Everybody did music with him. I don't know why. That's what I don't like about niggas, man. White folks don't do that. They'll do that in front of you, and they'll do that as imagery, but behind the scenes, they still doing business. You don't, just to let y'all know, Donald Sterling, the owner of the Clippers, is not broke. He's probably doing a whole bunch of other shit to niggas. But the NBA had to play that shit and give y'all that imagery and frame this picture like they condone it. They know that that's the type of conversations they have behind closed doors. Just look at the way the NBA is designed. It's nothing but white coaches. They can fuck up for forever and a day. They still have jobs. Black coach can fuck up 1 year and they be ready to fire a nigga. Tyronn Lue and the Cleveland Cavaliers won a championship and beat one of the greatest teams, the Golden State Warriors. Then the next year, LeBron left, and then what happens to Tyronn Lue? Now they want to fire him and do it. It's like, I be looking like, God damn. But Luke Walton is the Sacramento Kings coach. And like I said before, Luke Walton is the epitome of white privilege. He's not a good, this is the thing that I'm saying, and I don't care what nobody say because I experienced it playing basketball in high school. You can't relate to a white coach who's got white parents and privileged. You're only going to be relatable when that person is black. It looks like you've been through a struggle like you. It's just not relatable. Straight up. It's just not. It's not relatable, man. It's not. That's why I hated playing basketball especially for unrelatable white coaches, man. That don't even want to be relatable. They just want to talk crazy to you and act like they know the answers. And then I remember high school. I remember the coach I had. This motherfucker was like 4 feet tall. I was like, it was just insulting listening to this motherfucker talk crazy. I was just like, man. That's why I was like, I came in there and gave my back. Like, man, I quit. I don't fuck with y'all niggas no more. I didn't give a fuck no way. It wasn't like I was going to a prominent school like that. I wasn't even tripping no more. Like, why? Cuz, let me tell you something, man. These white coaches are not about developing black basketball players on and off the court. They are just babysitters that are housing farm animals for the NBA and for NCAA. That's all they are, man. They're just babysitters. And then when you get to NBA, then you got an assistant to the babysitters. Because a lot of times, if you look at the NBA, these players don't be listening to them coaches. If I'm Kyrie Irving or any of the superstars, why would I listen to any of them coaches? Let's just take Steve Kerr. I don't care if he is a champion. Steve Kerr, you were not a great basketball player. You just happen to play with the greatest basketball player ever to play the game. That's all that is. But of course, we give him all this glory and all this praise. Erica, man, what's happening? Garcelle on the real gave him the business. What she say? How y'all talking about anti-Asian when black peeps get white folks coming up to us talking about we talk so good? Well, of course, I was born in America. That new Jamie Foxx coach, though, man, straight up, man, what's going on? Shout out to Erica, man. I'm talking to people in the chat right now. Hey, man, I'm telling you. Remember, I remember the Senator Harry Reid was saying some shit. He's from Vegas. He was saying some shit about Obama. Like, oh man, he speaks very well for a black man or some shit like that. I was just like, man, but we get that shit all the time. Oh, don't know a little bit about stock. I'm not saying a whole lot like EYL. I like that podcast. Just know a little bit about stock. And you stand next to the average white person that don't know nothing about stock. Oh, they get so offended. Their insecurities start bubbling over, and then they almost go out of their way to trying to make you want to kiss their ass anyway, because they feel so insecure about it. And don't read. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Don't do no reading. Don't do no reading. That's why I tell people all the time, man. Anybody that come across me, I just be like, bro, I just read, man. I try to study and read as much as I can. What'd you say? Joe Biden actually said some horse shit like that about Obama being the first articulate black man that he has met. Yeah, he did say that. Well, you know, Smoking Joe 94 Crime Bill Biden also said, why should I pay for what my ancestors did? I wasn't there when they did that. That wasn't my fault. That's what 94 Joe Biden said. That's what he said. That's what he said. So I'm going to tell you this right now. There is no reason why at this point in life, Black Labor White Wealth is not a required reading in every black household. I don't care who else is in your household. I don't care if you're the only black person, there ain't nothing but Mexicans in there. You better be reading that book. I don't give a fuck with nobody. So you better read that book. That should be a required learning. Black Labor White Wealth. It should get to the point where, hey man, what's happening, man? Oh shit, nothing, just chilling, just trying to study, man. What you studying? Yeah, I'm reading, a book about Bill Gates. Like, nah, man, I can't fuck with you. Why, man? Shit. You ain't read Black Labor White Wealth? Nah, man, I can't fuck with you, nigga, till you read Black Labor White Wealth. That's how it's supposed to be. Like, you ain't read that? You ain't read Black Labor White Wealth? Nah, man, I don't know, man. It should be a required learning. A white man with a nickel is always going to hate a black man with a dime. Book of Black Comedy. For real. I just think it's very imperative that we learn, read. Like, I'm about to reread the Black History Reader, Black Labor White Wealth. I'm still reading a Price for a Pound of Flesh. I gotta get back into it. I got other shit going on, but I be trying to get on here early, man. I be trying to get on here early because I know people got shit to do, but I don't mind if people don't watch it and they go back and watch it, man, because to me, I feel like this. When you go back and watch it, that means you took the time to do it, and I appreciate it, because I feel in my gut, anybody that's watching this podcast, they probably laugh a little bit and they probably be like, damn, this nigga ain't lying. I ain't think about that shit like that. That's all, because I don't claim to know anything. That's why it's no, I don't know. But I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that it's very imperative that we get knowledge of who we are. Stop taking people's word for it. Don't go out of your way to listen to somebody else before you go and research the shit for yourself. I feel like we also need to start establishing an economic base by supporting black businesses. Straight up. If you're not spending at least $50, $40 a month with a black business, I don't know what the fuck you doing. Yes, I tell mine to read it like they read the Bible. That Black Labor White Wealth, and also Message to the Black Man in America by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Oh, you mean this book right here? Cause I got you mean this man right here? Cause I got The Fall of America. I ain't even read Message to a Black Man. I know that's gonna piss me off, and I'm gonna be walking around here damn near like I'm I'm gonna be angry, man. But I suggest people read this too, man. I suggest people read that too. The Fall of America by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, man. That's why I talk about The Matrix of Power, this book right here. The reason why I be talking about that all the time, because Jordan Maxwell breaks down how we're the fathers of religion. Black folk. You know, because you know niggas don't want to listen to some shit unless black folks say it. Niggas won't co-sign shit unless a white person say, oh, okay, yeah, man. The reason why I say that is because niggas sit up there and let Vlad TV talk all that shit about Dr. Sebi. I mean, he talks so reckless about it, and it's like a joke to him. And what I don't like about Vlad TV, he reminds me of one of those Bill Maher, Jane Elliott, Tim Wise motherfuckers who will have a conversation with you and act like they on your side until you bring up reparations. And then they want to tell you what they think reparations should be. And I know why fucking Vlad TV is like that, because Vlad don't want it to be equal. Vlad want niggas to be goofies and prostitute themselves to go on his clown-ass YouTube show. And he knows if everybody got money, they gonna be like, fuck you, nigga, I don't need to go on your show. I don't need no pub. And that's why he ain't like Dame Dash. Dame Dash looking at him like, nigga, I don't need you. So, man, let's keep that in mind, man. I appreciate everybody there listening and subscribing, man. I went over like a motherfucker. I appreciate everybody out there listening, subscribing. Hey, shout out to Erica, Shawnee, everybody's out there. Watch this when you at the job, man. And I'm gonna try to get on as early as I can, man, from now on, man. Shout out to my boy Nick and Dom. Dom, man. I'm gonna holler at you. Shout out to everybody out there. I was on the phone with my niece right now. She asked me about some sea monster shit, so I gotta get on that. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. If you're around here talking about, I don't know why people are making such a big deal about race. We had a black president. Guilty, nigga. I don't fuck with you. Fuck away from me. I'm out, man. Peace.